Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land. This is Tyler. This is going to be a very interesting video request that someone sent to me by email. And this is going to be about apologizing after someone has left you high and dry and that person still refuses to accept your apology. What to do. Now, I want to say this right quick to all of those who have left someone high and dry and then came to their senses and apologized thinking that, well, this is not a real big issue. I want to say this to all of you who have that mindset that you might think leaving someone high and dry is not a big issue to you, but it can be a big issue to someone else. And you know the reason why is because whenever that you leave someone high and dry, that's saying that it is doing something out of total disrespect unto that other person. That person sacrificed their time. That person put down whatever that he or she done in order to spend time with you, or whatever that both of you were planning to do for that particular day. It was all about putting you as a priority. And so what this leads to is that by that person being left high and dry, there are a lot of people in this world that are not going to put up with it at all. And you know the reason why is because they're looking at it as that, all right, you're not you showing that you're not putting me as a priority. You had something else on your mind, and I sacrificed my time, my effort, my energy to put down everything else in order to spend time or whatever that we had to do for that particular day. So whenever that you come and apologize or whatever, most people are not going to put up with it. They're like, nah, I'm not going to accept your apology at all because you did this. This is your problem or whatever. But the other people, on the other hand, just like myself, we don't allow certain people to come back in unless he or she can realize their wrongdoing of what he or she has done, such as by leaving someone high and dry, and then that same individual comes to their senses and say, all right, I'm gonna come make it right with that person and apologize. And then, like people like myself and others who don't tolerate someone leaving someone high and dry and only accept that person back unless there comes to apology, we accept it. We give grace unto that particular person, but at the same time, we'll have a talk and we'll set some boundaries with that particular person, knowing you cannot do this anymore. If you have an emergency, or if you have something that came up, or if you had something majorly that has happened, let us know. Or somebody else is going to tell us between 1 or 5 days something has happened. This is how we operate. And I want a lot of you to understand that, to think, well, leaving someone high and dry is not a big issue. It's total plain out disrespect when you look at it. It's telling you you do not care at all. And the ones that come and recognize that he or she has done wrong in order to make it right, I give props to you, because there are not a lot of people out in this world that can recognize their wrongdoing by leaving someone high and dry. There's not a lot of people that can recognize that. And then the ones that do recognize it, they just don't want to hear the mouth of the other person whenever that they come and apologize. Whenever that he or she is giving grace. That's what they don't want to deal with and fool with. Someone exposing their own wrongdoing. They don't want to deal with that. But anyway, let me go on ahead and get into this. What to do in this type of situation. Folks, if you know that you left someone high and dry and you have came to your senses and said, I know I have done wrong. I'm going to go make it right with this person. And you do the right thing by that person and tell that person, I am sorry, and doing all the necessary things you need to do in order for that person to give you a second chance, but that person still refuses to accept your apology, I'm going to tell you something, that you have did all that you could. You did your part. You cannot convince someone to give you forgiveness and grace. You just cannot do it. And so understand this. It's just like I will use in Ezekiel 33rd chapter, because the whole chapter is outlining secret universal laws that are there. But just go read it for yourself. And it's plainly coming from that text, if you look at it very closely, that if you know you don't have done wrong and you want to go make it right with that particular person, and that person still does not want to accept it at all by you doing right because of your wrongdoing, it's not on you no more. It's on that person. This is a secret universal law. And I'm just going to give you that much. You go on with your life and do what you got to do, because you knew in your heart that you did right, in order for that person to give you a second chance. And you know, you for a fact you learned your lesson from leaving that person high and dry. But don't never think it wasn't a big issue at all. So that's the next thing that you do if that person does not even want to accept your apology. There's no more that you can do. You can give it over to the creator of the universe. But you got to understand something. It'll probably take time for that person to heal. Probably. But still and only still, it's not on you no more. It's on that person. So I'm going to go on ahead and cut this video short. All of you have a great and wonderful day and evening.